I'll hit record. All right, I'm here with John. We've been working together, I think, since December, right? Or November?
Yeah, November actually.
Yeah.
November. Yep.
And you're down, I think, probably like 25 pounds
20,
ish,
20,
20,
23, 20.
25,
Yeah,
20,
right around there.
in
Yeah,
that
I mean,
ballpark.
once you get past 20, you're doing okay, right?
Yeah. Well, it's been fun because you came from an experience with weight loss of being ultra restrictive, and then now kind of adjusting that to eating enough to actually build your metabolism while training and losing weight that way. So how is that? I guess
Yeah, I
adjusting that.
think I was in that group of eating less, you
Yeah.
lose weight type of deal. And that program that I was on before, that I was just skinny fat,
Yeah.
it was very restrictive. And now to come and now put in what 1900 almost 2000 calories in a day
I think
around
more
there.
than let me
We're
pull
up
up your
to
meal plan right
yeah,
now. It's a good question. So
yeah,
you're doing the carb cycling,
carb cycling
correct?
now.
So one day a week, 2,800 calories,
But yeah, which is
over
I mean
400
I
grams of
was lucky
carbs.
if I was
That's a fun
taking
day.
in 1,000 on the other one, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a drastic difference, and I'm still losing weight,
Yeah.
and that's the misconception of you have to starve yourself to lose weight, but you're almost carb cycling 2,000 calories, in a day.
Yeah.
It's and still, physique wise,
It's
body
improving.
composition, it's all different, right? So
Yeah. Because we were talking about that because you went down to about like 190. We kind of maintained there, and then it was just like, okay, we're probably hitting a little bit of a bottleneck here. Where okay, we're gonna fix thyroid, some hormones in the background, but in the meantime, let's allow you to eat, right? If you don't, we don't sometimes need to force weight loss, especially with fatigue and things like that. So bringing food up, and the weights basically stayed the same, and with
stay
increased food, like five,
Yeah, and let's be honest. In the beginning, the first couple of weeks, it was a little bit of a struggle. I wasn't used to eating
yeah,
that much
too
food
much
to
food.
begin with, right? So it
Yeah,
was, eating dinner at night. It was like, oh my God, I got to still eat all this.
yeah,
Um, but now I can. It's fine. Your body's acclimated to it, and that I think that's like you said. Now we're in that cycling part where it's not letting them know what your next move is, right? Like your body's like, what is this guy? And it's I think we're maintaining right at like 190, 192 right now.
yep,
So and that's a little over what since November. So
yeah, and it's been cool because too, like for strength training for you, you kind of went from not really strength training a ton, doing it, but now having like structure and getting stronger and feeling more muscular, like that's been freaking cool too.
yeah, and I think that's the big one too, and we've talked about it is it's different, right? You have a wide variety of people that you're working with, right?
Yep.
How many 50-year-old dads do you have working with you,
I got
right?
my dad. He's a
Right,
little,
exactly.
these other
So
people.
welcome to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
club, right?
Yep,
Right.
yep.
Welcome to the club. But you're talking to guys that are out of college and high school
Yeah,
for a while,
exactly.
right?
Yep, exactly.
Um,
25,
and
23.
and I've said this too when we first started. Like my workout program was looking at something on going down that rabbit hole on social media and being like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm going to do chest today, right? Um, but to go in the nutrition part's one thing. The whole weight training parts opened my mind even more because you're going in with a plan, right? You're not in there for 2 hours. You
yeah,
have your set workout, right? And you're done. And it's a relief going in. Okay, here everything's scripted. Knock it out. Move to the next one. And again, you're not spending 4 hours in the gym walking around figuring out what am I going to do today. And it's there. And then the other layer is the nutrition part, right? So you have that nutrition part going in even before you're going into the gym,
yeah.
and then it's the blueprint's there. It's just you have to show up and do it,
That's true. That's what I always
right?
say. I'm like,
I
you're the
mean,
one. Yeah, about anybody who's had a great transformation like yourself. It's like you're the one putting in the work.
right.
I'm trying.
There's work. You have to do work, right? You have to put the work in. You can hold my hand as long as you want, right? If I'm not going to do it, it's not going to work out.
For sure. And then we were talking before this call about like blood work and supplementation. How's it been kind of a lot of people come to me and are just confused with what to take, what blood work to get. Like, how's
Well,
that? Has that hopefully helped?
well, listen. Let's be honest. Like, even if you go to your primary and they run blood work for your yearly
Yeah.
physical, right? The indicators they're looking at are your basic indicators on an average. I mean, I was 50 and I couldn't even tell you all the other indicators that to look for, right? Until I started working with you, and then to know where those are low and have a plan for supplements to get everything to raise up, right? And it's a work in progress, right? Your
Mhm.
body changes.
Yes.
Um, and to stay on top of it. And then, like we said before, then I just went again and got retested to see where our numbers are, right? So
Yeah.
it's a huge part where I think people jump into something, but you don't even know where you're starting from, right? What are you trying to fix? It might not even be you. It
Yes.
could be some underlying effect in there that's restraining you from reaching your goal.
And I think many times it is that, I don't think our bodies, especially when people try to eat healthy and they can't lose weight, there tends to be a health issue. Like it's not, your body does not want to be overweight. Like it's not a normal thing. It's
Yeah.
typically a metabolic issue with thyroid, testosterone, both other things that are at play. And that goes into my next question, which has been, because we've talked about this a while ago, but a lot of people, right? It's popular right now to take GLP-1s, and you've been losing weight without it. So how has that kind of been? Because people see you eating a ton and you're losing weight. Other people are,
Yeah, and I think that listen, I think it's a place, the GLP-1's there for a reason, right? There's people that out there that need it, right?
yeah,
But I think it's also becoming a crutch for people that want the fast fix, right? This is the time we live in, right? Everyone wants, how do I lose the most weight the fastest amount of time?
yep,
We're in what? We're in April. I mean, beach season's coming up, right? People are
yep,
like, hey, I need that quick. I got to lose this extra weight, right?
for sure.
Um, but it goes back to being structured, right? The nutrition, the workout, um, and the supplements that we've started maintaining, right? And that changes too. I mean, since
Yeah.
November, we've added
Oh yeah,
we've a few things out. I mean, it's a cycle that you maintain and you work on, right? So,
absolutely. And because everyone, we were talking about this before too, but everyone's different. So, and everyone responds differently. So certain things might feel good. Oh man, that B1 freaking was great, or whatever that is. And other things might be like, I didn't even feel it. And it's like, okay, well, you probably weren't deficient in it. You probably didn't need to supplement with it. We'll move on to the next thing. Um,
hang on one second. Hang on, Nance, I'm on a call. I'll call you right back. Right. And then you have to answer calls from a crying baby and your wife on the phone, you know? So it's,
that's
yeah,
life. Yeah, that's life.
yeah, it's life. Yeah. And I guess that's the other thing too. It is, everyone says, "Oh, I don't have time," right? I
Yes.
don't have time to get to the gym. I don't. You're talking an hour and a half out of a day, and that's not for me. I'm on a 4 day schedule. I go to
Yep.
the gym 4 days a week, so I'm not even. It's 4 days out of seven for an
Yeah.
hour and a half to. You have to make the time, right? There's an hour and a half somewhere in your day, and coming from me that has a daughter,
Yeah. You're busy.
gymnastics and activities that you got to find a way, right? So it just
And
doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen by itself, right? Yeah, you have to put the work in, right?
100%. And that work pays off because then, you're dancing with your daughter, you're doing things in life and you feel better, you feel more confident, clothes fit better. And it's like it's a positive loop, where you're like, okay, this is working. I'm gonna keep doing it because I feel better.
Right. And I think it goes back to where, like, I mean, everyone, like, when you start to lose weight, you're the last one to really see it, right? Like, you get
Yes.
to that point where you're like, oh, I only lost like 8 pounds. And then you see somebody you haven't seen, they're like, oh man, you lose weight?
Yeah.
What are you losing? You look good. What I'm like, I do, right? So it's there's a self-esteem that goes along with it, right? I mean, and to have people notice is huge, right? I mean, it's I guess it fuels the fire to keep going. You know what I mean? That just keep what you're doing is paying off, right? Like the time in the gym, eating what you're eating, the nutrition part of it, it's all working to the end goal of reaching that. And everyone's different. Everyone's goal is different, right? I'm just a dad. Like I'm not on a professional bodybuilding or trying to, play Division 1. I'm just an average guy, raising a family and finding an hour and a half to go to the gym 4 days a week and implementing the nutrition that I mean, is really basic to follow, right? Like, I mean, you have everything laid out of here, anyone could do it, right? I
Yes.
mean,
That's the
it's
goal.
that's how you have it laid out. That it's that simple that because a lot of people get it. The nutrition part is back to what we were talking about is, oh, if I eat less, I'm going to lose weight faster, right? And that's, I mean, how many? you get on the rabbit hole of social media, you have a million people out there that they have the fix for you. Come with me, I have the fix for you, right? Or, and then the nutrition part behind it is everyone wants to work out, but no one wants to. You can't work out and not have a nutrition plan. You're never going to work out past what you're eating, right? So it's big.
Absolutely. No, that's all well said. And I thought on the nutrition and training aspect too, you've traveled a lot too during this time. Like it's not like you're just, you know, sitting at home, you work from home, doing all like you're traveling to Florida, freaking you're going to Rhode Island, you're traveling around for weeks
Yeah,
on like weeks at a time.
and it's funny because I've been at these places multiple times and I couldn't even tell you where the gym was in these hotels. I can tell you where they are now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's and it's just again, you're there for 3, 4, 5, 10 days
Yeah.
sometimes to find an hour that you have instead of, bellying up to the bar, you can go to
Yeah.
the gym for an hour. You know what I mean? The beach is going to be there. It's simple. It really is. It's simple to follow, even on road trips to pack a cooler with your food, or you get to these hotels. The first thing is DoorDash. I DoorDash my yogurt and my blueberries and it's simple, right? It shows up. It's right there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's no excuse to say that oh man, I'm out of town. It's a free for all this week, right? But it's there. Making the run to, the grocery store to pick up what you need. And it's very simple. It really is. I can't say that enough, that you have it laid out to the point where there's no thinking involved. You know what I mean? It's scripted for you. Like it's on a platter and this is what we're gonna do, and it's easy.
100%. Well, I'm happy to hear that. That's the goal.
Yeah,
I
no.
want it to be easy.
Yeah.
I guess one of the last questions too, which I think it's interesting, but like, how has it been helpful to do calls? Because some people, right, only want to do maybe online, and I feel like it's helpful to actually be able to talk and explain what's going on, the nuances of life problems, and then we can kind of solve them. I feel like it's easier than texting, but you can
I,
correct me.
I think I think that's what makes it successful, is that check-in period is not only am I doing it for myself, but talking to you, like I don't want to be the guy in 2 weeks that we have the next call and I put on 10 pounds, right?
Yeah,
And be like, oh, it's me, right?
yeah, yep,
And I think you have to be accountable, right? Like you only could do, you're
yeah,
leading us there, right? But there is, I personally enjoy it because one, when you start losing weight, you're like, okay, it almost becomes like, all right, on our next call, what do I want to
yeah.
get
We're
at
like,
this
all right,
point,
we're aiming for
right?
this
Like
now.
you're
Yeah,
right. And at the same time, and we've said this before, that the weight part's one thing, right? But it's the body composition that
yes,
I'm down, but I feel stronger. I sleep better. I mean,
yeah,
there's other things that go along into just losing weight or trying to you know your physique type of deal, right? There's more that goes into it, and it's a journey that we're on together, and it's nice knowing that we have these calls together that we can check in and kind of, right, because we're going to go over the next training cycle, right? We're going to look at the nutrition again, right? So it's all these things are all always, either changing or fluctuating, or because you don't know what I'm going to be in 2 weeks, right? So
yeah. There's always a next problem to. There's
absolutely.
always something going on, and I think that's, I don't know. It's yeah, it's good to and have that relationship where somebody because it's sometimes when you're losing weight, especially in the beginning, you're like before everyone's complimenting you, it's you don't really have it. Like not many people are like what's going on, how are you eating, and you're getting more, and that's when you feel more pulled in socially. Just go back to your old habits. So
Yes, or you get to the point, yeah, or you start losing weight and you plateau, right?
right,
And then you're
yeah,
like, I was
well,
doing so good. And that's where probably most people are like, oh, this is all I'm going to be able to get out of this, right? This is where I'm going to be, right?
yeah,
But no one digs
100%.
in the deeper one of that. Let's work on the nutrition part. Let's change something. Let's cycle the carb cycling part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the fun stuff. Let
Yeah,
me
it is fun. It is.
let me show up. I'm gonna show the before and after too.
Yeah, let's do it.
I have the front one lined up. Let's see here. Let me know if you can see this.
Yeah,
So
I
like
can't
that's
tell. I can't tell. I don't think anything, huh?
get out of here.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
even like the skin quality in your face, but like much less body fat, much less bloating. Like you have more muscle. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, even the shoulder, the shoulders too. I couldn't tell you that where I've seen a trap before in a picture. You know what I mean? Like it's we're building something, right? And
Absolutely.
for me, we're different, right? I mean, you're talking to someone that's been out of sports for 30 years to, I mean, on the left hand side, that's a dad bod right there, right? And I'm working towards not to be have a better dad bod, right
Me
now.
too.
And then,
At
yeah,
100%. And it's happened. And it's like I think the beef like I think when because you'll send your check-in sometimes and I'm like, you're looking really good. And sometimes you don't realize it. And then when you look side to side, you're like, okay,
yeah,
there's noticeable
it's yeah. When you put it together, you can see it, right? And
because
then
you're
I
like,
think that's what
yeah,
we talked about too. Is like when you're in it, you're not you might see it, but you're not 100% sold on it, right? You're like, oh, my pants fit better, my shirt, you know what I mean? But when you visualize in your own physique, you're like, I don't my arms aren't big enough, blah blah blah. And then someone walks by and they're like, hey, what are you doing? And you're like,
yeah.
oh, all right, I
It's
got it.
working.
It's
Well,
working, right? Yeah.
and that's I think that's also, I think people forget about that because sometimes people get fixated on the scale, but without taking pictures in the mirror, you see the same thing, but 1% change after 2 weeks, right? That's 14% or half percent, that's 7%. So like people don't see that in the mirror. They're just like, oh, I'm kind of like the same. I fall victim to that. That's why I take check-in pictures for myself. Like, and that's when you can compare them. You're like, okay, I'm improving,
Right.
clothes fit better.
You can
Because
see the
sometimes
progression.
yeah, and a huge nuance too is when you're doing an approach like we do with higher carbs, you will hold more water and carbohydrates. So say before, right, you were 211, but you barely had any carbs in your system, you probably would have been 215, 216 eating this many carbs. So
Yeah.
now, right, if you pulled carbs, if we wanted to do some like water cut, you could get to like 185 easily just by pulling carbs down. So that's an aspect too where the muscle is actually fuller, which is good. So
Right. And you feel the pump longer.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun to work out.
It's fun to hit the gym. Yeah. Yeah.
Heck yeah. So, all right, John. Well, I don't have anything else. Anything else you want to say before we go?
I just want to say that there's a thousand things out there, a million things that with social media and that, but this was by far the introduction to you has, really, I mean, I'm a believer. I am, and I owe you so much that I just want to say thanks, Jack.
Of course. Thanks, John. I appreciate you.
You got it, man.